What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, this is the very first episode of my podcast that I've started out with. And in today's podcast episode, we have Prithvi Raj, and he had been my both school senior as well as my college senior. And the reason why I chose him because he had a versatile personality and he had explored all of his horizons that he could possibly do in his college life. Now, he had been an amazing student, he is an amazing public speaker, he had a lot of confidence about what he does, and there are different things that you will be exploring right here in the podcast. Now, right from improving your English to personality development to how to perform the best as a student, we have discussed all these things right in the podcast. And so if you find some sort of values through this podcast, do not forget to share it with your other friends so as they can also get the most out of this. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the pod.
Thank you so much for accepting the invite of the podcast. And for all the people who have, who do not really know, so can you just give a brief introduction about yourself?
Hi, Sankalp. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast. It's really a pleasure to join in. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm a bit off. I'm a bit sick right now. But anyways, just introducing myself. My name is Prithvi Raj. I am a fourth year engineering student from IT branch at KIIT University, Bhubaneswar. And presently, I'm working as a community manager for a project called Litmus Kiosk at Maya Data. I got placed last year around May, and yeah, that's been my journey. If you want to know about my data, it's a company based in San Jose, and right now I'm at placed at Bangalore. That's the only branch they have in India. And I work as a community manager, which basically is not really a software related post, but yeah, I'll explain more about the post later
Yeah,
on.
that's what we are going to discuss here. So, you had been a senior back in school as well. So, uh, I mean, I have seen you as you are the only one I have seen as having a versatile personality, right? You were always there in some or the other event, and even in the college right now, you are involved in a lot of different things. And which brings us to the question that what do you think about the personality development? Like how much important it is for a college student, basically?
See, according to me, personality is something which is very important, to be honest, because in today's world, the competition has been rising. And even if you can be a great student, you can have a great CGPA around 9.5 or above. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, you'll have a great personality or you'll go ahead, because
Yeah.
to go ahead, personality is very important. And I see a lot of people talking about the fact that, personality development starts from the beginning. Of course, it does. Of course, you start as a toddler or from school itself. But I also feel that even if you don't have a personality until your school life and you come into your college life and start feeling inferior, that's not necessary, because college life gives you a lot of scope to develop your personality. And in my opinion, developing a personality is very important, because in this world, what we demand is quality more than quantity, and quality only comes if you are able to approach situations, and your personality helps there to approach situations in a very different way. So I feel that personality development is obviously important. And as you said, that how does a college student go about it? So I feel that a college student can go about it by indulging into various activities other than just
Studying.
his or her studies. Yeah, his or her studies, because studies is one part of it, but other than that, I feel that you know the other part of it
Communication.
can be,
Yeah.
yeah, communication is very important. Plus, indulging into various activities. Communication is one part of it. We'll come back to that later on. But
Mhm.
activities help you grow as a person. You get to realize what's the potential that is within you, and you can try out. I feel that even if it's a 3 year course, or let's say engineering a 4 year course, so in 4 years you get ample time. If you don't indulge into anything else, or other activities, I think you get ample time to realize your potential and realize what
Yeah.
you want to do and develop your personality for sure.
Yeah. So that was it. Now, along with the personality development, there comes thing we call it as a confidence, right? When students come into college, they are hardly like 18 or 19 years old max, and what we generally see that they lack a lot of confidence in themselves, whether it is like bad results in JEE or something, or whatever may be the reason, but they lack confidence basically. So how do you take on to this? Like, what are the things that you should be involving into in order to gain a bit of confidence?
See, I agree to you, Sankalp. Honestly, there are a lot of things which can lead to demotivation or loss of confidence for sure.
Yeah.
And especially in a student's life, when failures come by, it can be studies or it can be anything. Let's be honest, a relationship or
Hmm.
various factors which influence confidence. But I feel what's very important is for an individual to identify what's his or her goal, or what's the most important thing, what's the reason that he or his parents or he has enrolled into that college or into that course institution, and what is his goal. I also would like to put light to the fact that a lot of people join colleges, engineering or medical colleges, but they are really not interested in that field. So even that is one of the reasons which leads to loss in confidence. But I feel that what is very important is to first identify the goal, and second, devise a plan of action. That how do you plan to reach that? Obviously, you'll get failures, and failures are a part of life. I feel that one individual has to take up failures with confidence. Rather, you need to have confidence to actually accept failures and believe that failures is what helps you grow. That's the part of the process. And eventually, to achieve that goal, I think a few things which can lead to confidence boost is keep at it, never lose faith. Faith and
Hmm.
hope are very important. And the second thing is obviously practice. Whatever you're doing, you don't let it go, even if it's let's say engineering, coding, or an electrical engineer focusing on machines and turbines and etc. So you got to have that knowledge and keep practicing, because the industry is moving fast forward. So you can't let your confidence go down and let
Yeah.
others win. But I also feel that it happens with time. You have to be patient, you cannot be impulsive in these situations, and you just have to talk to people. I think the other side of it is talking to people, conversing. If you need help, obviously you can always talk to someone, a friend, a counselor, or anyone. And other than that, just believe in yourself and follow your dreams. Get involved in other activities. Probably that
Yeah.
that helps a lot. I'll be honest with you. I'll just share a personal anecdote that I also lost a lot of confidence after first year. I went through a personal trauma and I felt that I am good for nothing. But that is when I realized and my potential, and ended up doing a lot of activities. I think that helps a lot.
Hmm.
Activities like taking part as an organizing member of events, or indulging into various clubs and societies, or these things where we're able to identify your potential and then work at it. That helps a lot in confidence boost for sure.
Yeah. So along with like we have built confidence, and we like we are good at communication. So the major problem or the setback that comes with students, that they most of the students still in today's time, still like most of the students are not really that good with the English language as per se, like we're not only just communicating, but the communication barrier generally comes up because of the poor English, or maybe things you understand, like things like that. Like there are many students who just cannot convey their message through uh, the language barrier that comes up with. So how do you think that one should improve their English and be a better person?
I surely agree with you, Sankalp, here, because as a student of KIIT, I see a lot of students coming from remote regions or
Remote
regions where
areas,
they
yeah.
have not, yeah, they don't even have access to English medium schools, or they have not studied at English medium schools. The privilege which we have got, let's say, students who come from Bengali medium or Bihari medium or Hindi
Yeah,
medium
yeah.
schools, or areas which are very remote. They I have seen a language barrier, hindering their growth, or they losing motivation or confidence
Hmm.
there, or they not being able to communicate. But I also believe that there are two things. One is obviously it's never too late. People feel that it's very late. And the second part of it is, I don't feel that language is a huge barrier, because this is something I felt. I'll be honest with you, this is something I felt till last year. But after getting into the industry, I felt that we see language as a huge thing. Maybe even during interviews, we focus a lot on language, on
Agree.
how one speaks English, specifically in India. But I feel that when you talk about other countries, let's say Netherlands or people I have talked to, they do not have good English skills. Their speaking skills are not at all good, and they speak in their native language mostly, or they have that accent in their English as well. But they are at a really high post or a high juncture in their industry or in their company. So I feel that talent should always come over the language, and no one should lose confidence in
Yeah.
case he or like her is losing confidence. But other than that, if you talk about if someone genuinely wants to improve his skills, I'll also
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
light to that part as well. So I feel what is important is taking part in public speaking competitions, debates, and MUNs. That is one thing that helps you gain confidence. The more you gain confidence with the language, the more you speak, the more you have a hold over it. So
Yeah.
let's say, obviously, you see debates and public speaking competitions being hosted in English, right? So that helps you speak more and more. You have an you can give away extemporaries, or if someone asks you to speak at that very point, you are able to speak. That's one part of it. And the second part of it is conversing with your peers, or conversing with people around you, your friends, your colleagues, in English as well. I feel one thing we lack is our we lack the the prowess of speaking in English or that sort of a language with other people. We tend to speak in Hindi or our local languages mostly, which is convenient for sure, but we don't understand
Yeah.
that how we are not developing. So
Exactly.
I feel that is very important. I started doing that since class 11th, but again, it's never too late. And obviously, there are other means as
Other
well. I
ways. Yeah.
feel that, yeah, that you have a personality development course, you have English speaking courses. See,
Yeah.
that is a very tertiary idea, which I believe that that's not necessary, because no teacher or no guide can ever teach you something which you never learned. But
Yeah.
I feel that you need to have you should never lose hope, or you should never feel inferior if someone else is speaking
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
a
There's a lot
very
of
great
yeah.
way.
There's a lot of inferiority complex that comes up, like when you cannot really communicate with the proper English or other things,
Yeah. Of course, I see a lot of people developing that complex and not even trying. So I
Yeah.
feel that you should never look at someone else, because they can be great at a language, but they might not be good people in the end, or they might not
Yeah.
have a,
Good intentions
a
or
hold over other a
yeah.
hold over other things which you might have. So I feel that personality development or development of linguistics are mostly based on practice. The more you practice, the more you believe that these competitions are not about competing but about learning. So I personally feel, because after attending MUNs, youth parliaments, debating
Hmm.
competitions, parliamentary debates, these help extemporaries, where you can you're given a topic on the spot. So that
Okay.
really helps, and conversing, of course, as I mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, in college you have a branch of electricals, right? And I mean, you are a community manager in Maya Data. So, I mean, most of the people are moving towards like coding and getting better with their coding skills and other stuff. So, have you tried coding, and what made you to go as a community manager and not trying as a programmer or something like that?
I mean, of course, I've been coding since class 11th. I had computer science as my
Oh,
subject,
okay.
and after that I am an IT student. So coding is something I've been doing since, I think, 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years. 6 years almost. So of course, I mean, I won't deny the fact, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a good coder. In case you might be assuming that I'm not, but it's just about figuring out how what exactly I want out of myself and what actually interests me. And after one point of time, I just realized that coding is good, it's really, really intriguing for the one who has the passion for it, has the love for
Yeah.
it. But it's just about identifying what you like, or what sort of a career you want out of yourself. And I feel I'm really lucky that way, because a lot of people who are placed right now, they are not even placed, or they don't have a job which they really wanted.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say a lot of people who got into companies where they are as software engineers or software developers, but they wanted something else out of their lives, even if it could be a management line. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all about choosing, first of all, choosing the job profile that you want and being at it. I feel that that is very important. And secondly, it's not about stressing a lot, because even if you get a job today, or even if you work today as a software developer and engineer, you never know what tomorrow has for you. And if you are
Yeah,
inclined towards a managerial line or a management line, then keep at it. Okay, you start from college, you start applying. In case you don't get, it's all right. In case you get, it's very good. Because honestly, as a community manager today, I am enjoying my role as a community manager. I feel that coding is obviously great. People who are making softwares and building it and working at the security level and other levels, they're
mm-hmm.
doing a great job. But even as in the management line, there's a lot of scope. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
learn a
absolutely.
lot, you can meet a lot of people. So I feel every line has its scope, and you just have to keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
And coding is very important in terms of, if you speak about placements in an engineering college, then obviously there are very very less managerial or management related jobs which come
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So every other student has to, like, let's say only 2 to 4% out of the whole mass get into, or at max 10%, if you have a lot of scope, get into a management based job. And rest 90%, even if you are from a branch like mechanical, electronics, electrical, at the end you get it placed into a coding based company, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very very tough for them. So it's just that I feel that coding is very important, because if the industry demands it, you can't do anything about it. But if you are very much interested in a management based job, just keep at
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
you got to
Just
focus on a
stick to
few
your
skills.
line of, yeah, stick to the line that you chose, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
the secret.
okay. So, like, when you come into the college, you feel that there are a lot of people who are doing internships and other stuff. So, like, have you done any sort of internship in your colleges, and how do you take on to this the experience that you had through internships?
See, I feel that internships are not really necessary. You don't have to force them. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that you can go for training. Maybe I did one. I did one internship after my first year. I was like, any other engineering student, very much focused on getting an internship or a
Maybe,
training.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I started doing it just after my first year, and I swear that was the worst decision that I ever made, because that was the worst internship ever. And that gives you a taste that this is not what you want to do.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did it at a, I won't name the firm, I did it at a firm where, I was really tortured literally as an intern. And in my second year, I chose to go for training, where I went for a training based on machine learning. And,
Okay.
there are students who are interested in machine learning, IoT, cloud computing, web
Yeah, yeah.
development, app development. So I feel that going for training is pretty important, because it helps you realize that is this the field you want to go for or not. Because that made me realize that no, I don't want to go for machine learning at all. so so yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
you can go for training after your second year, but I don't think internships are pretty necessary that way. You don't have to run for it. In case you have contacts or you want to go, obviously you just have to reach out the HR
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the company with your skills. But I feel training is very important after your first year and second year at least. Go for training after your third year. Go for an internship based on what you have learned, or based on what
Exactly.
you know,
Hmm.
or based on what you want to learn, so that when you go for a job, you have some skills or a particular amount of experience. But because that counts, I feel that that experience counts when an interviewer or a manager or anyone who's recruiting is looking at your CV.
Hmm.
So I feel that internships is a 50-50 thing. But go for training for sure. Whatever interests you, the courses, or even if it's a free training online course, I feel Udemy,
Yeah,
Coursera,
yeah,
there
yeah.
are various platforms with
Hmm.
everything going virtual today. So these
I mean,
platforms will surely help you
learning.
learn.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should put more emphasis towards learning rather than just going ahead with the internship that we have to do it. We have to do it. It's not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
what we are seeing here is that there's a lot of kind of a startup culture that is growing inside colleges, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
like what do you think about that? Like should students really go with the like startups, and should they really put their mind into that?
I mean, of course, I truly agree with you, Sankalp. I feel that, this startup culture needs to be boosted. And I think even the college authorities or, professors and teachers need to actually, motivate students to go ahead with it. Because I see each and every student is running after a job or
Hmm.
just wants to get placed. But, no one is actually focusing on innovation. I mean, exceptions are obviously there, but in a generalized way, everyone wants a job or everyone wants to get into a company. But even if they are not even, you know, wanting it, or even they don't even have 1% knowledge or quality
Exactly.
based on the job description. So I feel the startup culture needs to be, promoted
More
in
and more.
colleges, and students need to start developing innovations or starting up new businesses or plans and ideas and give flight to them. Because I feel as a student, I mean, there's always scope and there's always time to start even after experiencing this industry life or job life. But I feel that if we start from college life itself, and if
Yeah.
these things are promoted, I think a lot of ideas will turn into reality. A lot of dreams can come true, and a lot of students will not get into that stereotypical mindset or that stereotypical scenario that is, yeah, that is being forced to us or
Yeah.
them presently. Because this will help them develop, and they can start in a group, they can start individually
Individually
as
as
well.
well.
They can
Yeah.
take, I see a lot of things being promoted, obviously, with entrepreneurship cells and
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
incubators being coming into play. But I also feel that if this could have been promoted a bit more, and if parents and if students
Yeah.
start
We
getting
just
into
need
this a
a
bit more and not focus.
Yeah, we just need a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
of
you
more
continue.
supportive environment, right? Like people who would be there to understand that yeah, entrepreneurship is something that exists, and there are things into that as well.
Yes, of course, I support is necessary for sure. But yeah, if if students are listening to this, they should also know that don't run after a job, don't run after something you don't want. If you
Yeah.
have any idea, if you want to implement something, go ahead, devise it properly. Ask your friends to join you, or ask your teachers and professors to help you out. Even your parents, if they support you, that's great. If they don't, still don't lose hope.
Exactly.
Just keep at it. I feel that startup culture is very important for our country and for individuals to develop.
Yeah. So with this, we really end this podcast, and thank you so much, Prithvi, for joining us and giving us the tips for all the college students. And thank you
Pleasure,
so
pleasure.
much.
Pleasure, Sankalp. It was a pleasure. Thanks a lot.